Hello and welcome to the Q Software educational channel for ERP audit and security issues. Today's video is about mitigation and compensating controls. So here is a 4-minute overview of what we think are the important issues. Joining me today is our audit expert, Carrie Curry. Carrie, what is the main reason that someone should be using mitigation? Why is it important? To satisfy an auditor, isn't there exciting? Something related to seeing the new and important issues rather than the stuff you already know? Catching thieves? What are your views?
Compensating controls are procedures put in place to reduce the risks associated with a failure to adequately segregate duties. Compensating controls are often viewed as less efficient than segregation of duties. If your organization cannot meet an audit requirement, you must sufficiently mitigate the risk associated with that requirement. This is done through the implementation of compensating controls. The main reasons for needing compensating controls include technical constraints, such as the software cannot be configured to accommodate segregation for a specific task, or business-related constraints, such as small staff size in a specific location. Beware that there is a heavy price to pay when you are unable to segregate duties. Your support staff will likely spend more time investigating and researching problem transactions that could have been prevented. Issues with transactions are not detected in a timely manner, and loss of money due to inappropriate transactions, which is an increase in potential fraud. A heavier reliance on processes and training. There's a reliance on staff to always do it correctly. When designing compensating controls, consider these tips. Documentation. Create a formal document which can be reviewed by management. The document should clearly outline the original audit requirement, the reasoning for the compensating control, and the steps necessary to execute the compensating control. Approval. Ensure documentation is reviewed on a regular basis and approved by management. Systems, access, people, and functionality change constantly, so it's important to ensure that your compensating control is relevant and it serves the purpose it was designed for. Training. Ensure appropriate staff are trained. They need to understand the risk. Review the procedure documentation and be clear on such things as execution method and timing. And finally, review. Periodically review the control to ensure that it is effective, especially in the first 6 to 12 months of a new control being in place. Examples of frequently used compensating controls include the requirement for a secondary signature to authorize critical or sensitive transactions, such as high dollar value for purchase orders, or exception reports. These can be created in a reporting tool and set up on a scheduler so that they can be run in a timely manner. The output is then checked against the applicable process. An example of this is a report of changes to customer master data, which is reviewed against documentation that states the requester of the change is not the person who executed the change. The report is then signed by a supervisor or manager and saved as evidence for your next audit.
Thank you, Carrie. That was very interesting. Enjoyed that a great deal. Folks, if you'd like to log on to the channel, please subscribe and you'll get notified as we load other educational issues. If you have any feedback or questions, please leave your comments here on YouTube. We'd be really pleased to hear from you. Thank you.